I know it's people out there that's treating you bad. You're not perfect. You have flaws, but you don't deserve the way some of the people that you love the most is treating you. You don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't kicked a lot of people butts, but you didn't want to, you had to. You know, you got a strong personality. You got your flaws here, and there's some of the things you do people don't agree with or misunderstand. But for some reason they want you unhappy. They want to hurt you because you're not scared to leave. You have your own mind and you can't be controlled. See, they want to control you and they can't control you, and you're not tame. You know, you're free. You're like a kid. But they're mad at you because you look happy, and they belittle what you do. And they discrediting you, and they talk bad about you. They don't want certain people to love you. They want them to look bad on you when they have dealt with people that look worse, that act worse than you. They have dealt with people and glorified people that do way more sins than you. For some reason, they're hoping you have a sin. For some reason, they're looking for your flaws. For some reason, they wishing you would fail. For some reason, they doing you like that. For some reason. So I'm here to let you know right now, these people want to get their karma back, but you love them so much and you don't want them to get the karma back. They thinking they're hurting you. They think they're hurting you by doing you wrong, doing some things that they think that's going to hurt your heart. They think they're doing you wrong, but they're actually hurting themselves because you are a blessing. You are a blessing. You care about their health. How many people care about another person's health unless they really on the about to get up out of there? But you're different, man. You're different. Sometimes they feel guilty by just being in your presence, and you're a sinner. You're not perfect, and they still feel guilty just by being in your presence. So they compete against you. They compare against you. You know what I'm saying? They compete against you. They compare against you. They're looking for your flaws. They always discredit you, and they always acknowledge your mistakes, or they assume the worst or wish that you would be the worst. They make their thoughts their reality when it comes to something negative pertaining you. If they just thought you did something negative, you did it, and be wrong. They don't assume the best in you, and you haven't done nothing consecutively that's bad to them. They did Jesus the same way. And you're not Jesus, but you have something inside you. You have to have. You're not perfect, but you don't do it. It's a long list of things that they can be celebrating. But they can't control you because they mad. They mad because you have a strong mind. And then if you fight back or speak up, then they play victim. They play victim. And they think you don't see. You see the whole thing. You just finally realize that. You finally realize that your words don't mean nothing to them. Your tears don't mean nothing to them. They want control over you, and they mad because they couldn't get control over you. So they try to hit you where it hurts, what you love, your hobbies. They try to get you what you love the most on this earth. But they don't realize one thing. They forgot that you're close to God. Even though you're imperfect. You done did some things, not too bad. You did a few trifling things, but not too bad. Could have been worse. But you don't go out pointing everybody else's flaws. You'll point your flaws out before you point the next person's flaws out. But they on you hard. They on you hard. They looking for every flaw. They want an excuse to talk about you. They want an excuse to belittle you. And they have belittling you. Even if they don't have no facts. They don't want to like you. Something inside them every now and then be like, oh, I shouldn't be like that. Then they snap right back. They snap right back. But at this point, you're not going for that bull. You don't give a giver. You don't care. At this point, you're not going to stress yourself out. And you're not going to do it. You're going to keep looking young and being fresh. At 50 and 60, you're still going to look youthful and have all the energy you do like you did when you was 21, 23. And they can't understand why you look so young and got your full hair, jet black, smooth skin, can run like a lion, and you ain't on no nothing. You don't drink, don't smoke or nothing. They don't associate themselves with, they have associated with themselves with all kinds of trifling people. They don't point their flaws out. They have dated some of these bad genetic people that's on all kind of stuff, not to talk about them. But you don't do that. They don't talk about how you go to Bible study every Wednesday, how you give money to the poor, how you always got an ear for these people talking about the problem when they don't even want to hear about what you're going through. They don't check on you on holidays. They don't check on you. They don't come over and just watch a movie with you, sit down and talk. They don't do that. They rather be around people where they can't be themselves. You're too down to earth. You make them think too much. You make them reflect too much on themselves when you're down to earth. See, they want to be around people who don't know them, where they can put on a mask and they're comfortable behind that mask. That's not reality. And that's why their relationships and things are not working, because they have on the mask. You don't have on a mask. You ain't perfect. But people, your flaws is wide open. Your flaws is wide open. You don't have the mask on. They kiss people butt who they think got money or status or something. They don't even know how much money you got. They mad at you. You ain't done nothing but try to help their health, give them knowledge about God. You acknowledge your flaws. Everybody know you're strong. You got to be strong. Look what they threw at you. They threw boulders. They tried to set you up. They got all these different traps. They got traps amongst traps. And God just, you didn't even know they was traps, and God just slid you through them. And you didn't even know. By the time you figure out what they was doing, you was like, they tried to do all that to me? God showed you. You wouldn't even think about it, and God said, oh, by the way, 2 years ago, they tried to do this to you. 4 years ago, they tried to do this to you. But you don't want that karma to come back on them. They can't heed it. They can't see the warnings. Things been coming. Cancers. All these bad luck things. All this stuff going on with their body because they doing you heartless. They doing you wrong. They can't see. They hurting themselves. They steady. I got him. I know this is what he get. And you ain't even do nothing. You just left. That's all you did was leave. So it won't be a problem. So you wouldn't put yourself in a situation. You had to go. So many try to stay, and then devastation takes place because you tried to stay. They wouldn't have had nothing bad about you if you had to. If you stayed, they wouldn't have nothing bad to say about you. Because they don't talk about the trash that's in their house. They only talk about the trash that's outside their house. Remember that. They don't talk about the trash that's in their house. All them no good men that just, if they're along there around you, you're not going to say nothing. But it's a man over here that, you over there, a man over here, woman over there. You done been holding your own for a long time. But they always trying to they create something. If it's not real, they create something. They want you to fail. They want to break your heart because love don't do the things that they doing. I'm sorry to tell you, love don't operate like that. They make excuses up to do you wrong, and you wouldn't dare do some of the things that they did to you. And you got a bad temper that you know how to control. If you would have really wanted to get back, it would really be a disaster. But you ain't there. You're not there. You know God gonna take care of it. And you praying that God have mercy on them even though they did you like that. That goes to show you where your heart at. Even though you're not perfect. Even though you're not perfect. You know who I am. I don't need to announce myself. You know who I am.